speaker is Manoj Kumar Vasudevan, and he is an expert in AI automation expert, wireless automation. Right now he is working as a technical lead in export Uyar, and he had 7 years of experience, and also he specialized in networking and framework development. Overall, he had 7 years of experience. So hope you all guys are excited and ready to dive into the session. Let's welcome Manoj Kumar.
Hello, good morning. So I introduce myself. It's actually the whole bio. I introduce myself in the updated way. I was working in activity automation last 9 years. I completed BE Computer Science in MIT, and I joined in MNC Cisco. I started working as a QA automation engineer, and then a lot of experience in the work environment, and I started adapting last 2022. Frankly speaking, slowly I adapted a work first. In my career, I want to upgrade and upskill myself, so I started implementing in my work, and I see the magic. So everyone started appreciating, and everyone see in a different way how this guy adapted to work. So I will walk through everything, but before going to that, I put a job 2 months back. If anyone follow me on Instagram or YouTube, you guys know I started one form like sociallegal.ai. That's a community agency and model training. It's completely to give back the community. It's been a long journey. It will be July 1st. I will be in co-founder mode and completely into the AI, and I will start working as a full-time AI employee maybe. Okay, so Gen AI for all. Anyone know the Gen AI tools other than ChatGPT?
Midjourney,
Okay.
DeepSeek,
Okay.
Sora.
Only few people tell. Why? Gen AI for all again. Just try. You know or unknown, you actually tried it before, but you guys try it, okay? Yeah. Whatever generating AI is generating the output is the Gen AI tool. You already, Gemini,
Grok.
please. You just brush up your brain. What are the Gen AI tools you know? Just try it yourself. There is a lot of open source Gen AI tools which people is not using.
Okay.
One is when you just note down when. Why I tell when instead of DeepSeek? When have a context length of higher than DeepSeek. That is, you can give a more input and model will understand. You don't want to go into that much technical session. You just want to get some value from this session. That's the only agenda from here. You just use Quen. That is the alternative for the ChatGPT. Have all the research model and the reasoning model, 1, 2, and use Minimax for Minimax.ai.
Image. For image.
Sorry?
For image.
For image and video, it's unlimited and free.
Okay.
Again, it's a Chinese company. The people who are not using the open source and free tools, rather than they are going with the buzzwords like ChatGPT, Cloud, and everything, it's okay. Quality wise, still we can manage with Quen and Minimax and other tools. So that's what you need to know the hidden tools in the Gen AI era. The people only talk about what is trending and everything. The people who adapt that, but there is so many tools. Still people not adapted the AI tools. Okay, there is again AI agent tool. You can write down. One is DERFLOW, DERFLOW. it's alternative for Manoj AI. So why before going to this session I am giving value? Just think about widely that there is so much opportunity here. So that's why I give all this value before the session. Alternate to the Manoj AI Deep Flow and then Camel AI. Okay. So we'll go for the session now. You just use this tool. And maybe if you are having a laptop or phone, if I am telling any data value, or you just search it in Quen or any other AI tool. Thereafter, start using this in a mobile. It's completely free, and you use this tool as any domain people. If you use you get so much of knowledge. Stop using this biased AI tools. Okay, these are open source. I personally believe in the open source tools, because you can leverage all this too. Okay, that's my intro, because the people wants to know the other side of AI also. Okay, so why Gen AI for all? Anyone know why Gen AI for all? Why? Any guesses? If you look back the history, there will be starting from the internet. Internet will start at maybe early 70s, 80s. The people who adapted earlier, still now we are using internet. Okay, that's the one revolution. In the intermediate, we saw so many technical revolutions, like application, social media, mobile application, cloud computing, and blockchains. These are the optional techs. Salesperson don't want to know about the cloud and the blockchains, because that's an optional tech, but it's a revolution for the entire the community and tech world. But after internet, Gen AI is for all. How the internet is adapted to you guys? Still, if you are using the phone, you adapted internet. Everyone in the room adapted internet. In next 10 or 15 years, Gen AI is the same kind. You guys know or not know, you should adapt the Gen AI. That's why Gen AI is not particular to the tech person, IT people. It should goes to the non-tech people also. Whoever using the phone or laptop, internet, somewhat, they should know what is Gen AI, what is happening in the beginning, how can leverage the Gen AI to our work, and how can implement it. Not leverage. We need to know what is happening and implement it. That's the only thing. So that's why Gen AI for all. So Gen AI, we have a term generative AI. So what generative AI can do? You guys know?
Generate text.
Exactly. Text, image, video, audio. That's it. You guys know the answer, but you are not thinking in the broader way. The generative AI only do these four things. Some sensor based, we have few minor areas, but majorly we have these four areas only. One is generative AI can generate the output of text, image, voice, and video. Text already it's starting from, I will show in the one graph, but starting to Gen AI for all, I will tell what Gen AI power. Okay, text is nothing but whatever you are using in the chat GPT or any AI tool, just generating the text output. Whatever format you need, you can generate it. The image wise, you know that 2021, 2022, it's very difficult to generate the image. But currently, if any AI tool if you are using, the output and the text in the image getting in a better way. Okay? Why? Because it's keep on improvising. That's why AI is evolving. Okay? Image is now better shape. Text and image is now in a mature state. Apart from this, we have a voice and video in generative AI. So in the voice, you know guys, in Indian language, even in Hindi also, we don't have a colloquial AI voice. That much opportunity here in India. People go beyond, begin in the voice model of English and other Spain and other language. Indians are not ready to adapt the Gen AI to develop a speech model for Indians to replace daily sales call or telecall, we can replace the voice in this place. So we have a lot of opportunity here in the voice. So video wise, there is two ways. Generating video is secondary. Another one is computer vision. It's come under the video only. That is how the robot and autonomous system work. Tesla car, everything will be come under the vision model. That actually camera is listening or capturing the scenarios and analyzing, predicting. So video is still a lot of area. Video is not even tapped. So much of opportunity is still there. Okay. So Gen A is, you may be right out. One is text, image, voice, video. We have matured in image and text. Still we want to work on the voice and video. Okay. Slower. Slower. Full. So, okay. So in this slide, Gen A is completely different from A. Who are like? Okay. Yes, just speak out. Gen A is completely different from A. Who are like? They are. Who are all know before. Okay. Okay. Gen A is a part of A, but it's a layer of A. Okay. There is a multiple layer in A. It started early 90, not early 90, early 2020. Okay. They started adapting the machine learning, deep learning to generate the LLM. The LLM is nothing but the AI brain. Okay. They slowly started, and the output was not much expected. The accuracy is very less, and it went into hallucination mode, and it's behaved in a different way. 2019, Google released one paper. All you need is attention. You just read out that paper if you are a techie guy. All you need is attention. So Google released this paper. OpenAI used that architecture. That paper actually give the overall view of what AI architecture. So OpenAI took that architecture and released GPT-3. Used that model as a ChatGPT in ChatGPT. ChatGPT released in 2022. That's a Gen AI 2. They were actually not ready for adapting the AI, but once this tool introduced or launched, the download were 1 million in 5 years. No even, in the history, we can't see that much traffic for single tool. So because the output was super quality, and the people thinks it's a magic. Why? Because only the architecture changed. Even though it's Google released, OpenAI took it and gave the tools called ChatGPT. From there, AI got boom. So here you see that ML, DL, we are here. Okay. Generative AI is currently we are going to adapt. For machine learning, deep learning, we use for LLM. We want to develop a LLM. We have to train from the scratch. We need a machine learning and deep learning. Once you come to the generative, all the models were trained. Okay, the brains are trained. We have so many platforms to use the model. We are generative AI area. We already have a model. Okay, the people who wants to know how to use that model. Clear? We don't want to know about if you are so much techie. You want to develop a model or train a model in deeper way, you need machine learning and deep learning. If you want to use AI and shine better, in this era, you just start adapt Gen AI. Okay? You forget about machine learning and deep learning. Involve a lot of math, stats, and then algorithm. But that is also there is so much of things happening. But generative AI should Everyone should know. That's why Gen AI formed. So in that Gen AI area, all the models were pre-trained in open source manner or a closed source. Okay. So we need to know how to use that generative model in our daily task or work or whatever. If you have any idea, you can implement it with the pre-trained model. So this is what Gen AI. You clear, right? We are here. We are going to use these tools only, not upper way. If you know that, it's pretty much you have had a new skills. But after Gen AI is mandatory for everyone. Clear, right? Any doubt? Okay, next. So here you see that 2015, I told that generative AI tools were launched, few tools were launched, and the output was not that much accuracy. The people slowly innovate the things, and 2020 the paper was released, and the tools were slowly picking up. 2022 is why the green area will be like real AI picked up here, Gen AI is picked up here because of the ChatGPT. 2022 December, November end ChatGPT release. From there, people, okay, this is really something. The AI era is starting. Okay, the Gen AI era starting from 2022. We tell that 2030. Okay, why 2030? We need to adapt this generative AI before 2030. If you are not adapting, you will be gone through away from the market. Okay, why? Because this generative AI before 2022, the people predicted or experts predicted 2030 or 35 will be the AI agent or agentic era. But after this much faster evaluation, the AI evolved so fast. 2025, currently we are using AI and agentic AI. We are 10 years super fast, and we are now using AI agent and agentic AI. In the future, we will be in AGI and ASI. There are a lot of research is going on. But if you are failed to adapt in this situation, you will be in a very much risk. Okay, we need to know the awareness that where to adapt the Gen AI, and it's a right time. Okay, it's kind of mindset preparation. Next. So next. So everywhere you see that so much of layoff news and so much of negative news, but the stats, what it tells, like there will be a 2.4 million new job roles were introduced after AI. Okay, yes, there is a layoff happening, there is job replacement is happening, but the other side, if you know AI, there will be a new job opportunity. I will give one example. All know the SEO. SEO. Exactly. If you are searching something in the Google, it will rank the search from the cloud, and it's a process of SEO, search engine optimization. Okay. Now it divided into two. One is AEO and GEO. Okay. AEO is nothing but answer engine optimization. GEO is generative engine optimization. AEO is wherever in Google also they added the Gemini, and the Microsoft Edge they added the Copilot. In all the browser they added the AI. So answer engine optimization is just already whatever existing you can search in the browser, whatever it's ranking. Now it's based on the AI, answer engine optimization. It will predict based on the AI adoption. Okay. GEO is nothing like if you are using the web search in the generative AI tool, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google Gemini. If you are using and searching anything, that rank should be based on the GEO here itself. There is so much of guidelines how to rank in GEO and AEO. Here, what I want to tell, like SEO is one job. Now, who adapted SEO get a new two jobs, that is AEO and GEO. So here one job replaced, but two jobs were born. Okay, in every field you can see that changes. How you are adapting the AI and how you are ready for the new opportunity. That's the thing. Yeah, it's going. SEO if you are a SEO engineer, you will be replaced. But there is a new opportunity, right? You have to think looking forward, not only the layoff and fear. Yeah, we are facing that fear also, but think forward, and we have a new opportunity in the AI era. You just learn the AI and apply it. Okay. Here also there will be a projection. You can use any tool and see the data. It's the trusted resource. In the internet also I do. 172 million new jobs will be generated and 92 million jobs displaced. But you get a net positive only. Still there will be a new job opportunity till 2030. Okay. Next go. So here AI, there is a massive investment. That is, if you take any other technology, there is no exponential growth. There will be a wave kind of growth, or it's somewhat that much growth. We can see that it's a exponential. You can maybe 4.4 trillion is now. It maybe go around 6 trillion, 7 trillion. There is a lot of opportunity here. That's what I bring here. Okay. So we'll go for some technical session, and you just try out and you learn from here. First one is in a Gen AI. If you want to use AI, if you adapt AI, you just know the prompt engineering first. Okay. So in a prompt engineering, I tell my story where I applied prompt engineering. I started do the freelance in 2022. I just use no-code tool and generate a chatbot. That's it. Okay. In 2022, I'm actually basically QA automation. I know the software development full cycle, but afraid of doing that, I picked one area that doing the chatbot. Okay. For preparing chatbot, you only need the knowledge of prompt engineering. I earned $500, I think, 2022 December. Custom GPT. That time it's totally new for all the business people. So the prompt engineering only I know that time. To be frankly telling, that prompt engineering I know end to end. Not like whatever you are doing in this chat GPT and asking, it's not a prompt engineering. It's a direct instruction. You are asking whatever problem you are facing, you just go and ask any Gen AI. It's not a prompting, it's just a direct instruction. If you want to really use AI, you need a prompt engineering structure. Okay. Before that, which model I should use? What is local and cloud AI, and what is open source and closed source? We need to know that. Okay. Anyone know the open source AI model?
Llama.
Yeah. Then yaar use pannidha. Anyone used the Llama? Okay, nice. Okay. That's it. So open source is nothing but they gave the architect and the code and released in two platforms. You just wrote down. One is Llama, another one is Hugging Face. These two platforms will see that Hugging Face. That emoji, Hugging Face emoji. In this platform, you can see all the, I mentioned, right, generative AI, there will be pre-trained models. You can take and you can tune, you can train with the data, you can train with the prompt. There is a two-way. Even if you are starting newly, you train with the prompt first. You go advanced level then. If you use that model and use the prompt tuning, and what is the use case, you can use easier if you use Llama and Hugging Face. So, what are the closed AI? ChatGPT is a tool. I asked closed AI, LLM. Sorry, LLM. Sorry. GPT? Yeah, LLM models. All OpenAI models. Claude, Sonnet 4, Opus 4.
Gemini 2.5.
Exactly. Okay. 4 GP எல்லாமே ஓப்பன் எல்லாமே க்ளோஸ்டு தான். அவங்க கோட் யாருமே ரிலீஸ் பண்ணல. க்ளோஸ்டுனா we don't have a code architect எதுவுமே இருக்காது. We just use LLM only. If open source na they will give a LLM request. Any other tools? Rock closed only. So these are the tools. Whatever you are using is the paid version. They use as a closed only. But that is have so much of energy and GPUs and that much output is coming. Okay, they fine tune. They have so much of data and they have resources, GPU resources. That's why they are asking us to pay for the tools. Okay, so clear, right? Open source are the tools you can see in models you are seeing in Olama, and then again phase are the open source. Closed source, what are the GenAI tools you are using? You can see the LLM models that all are closed models. You are clear, right? Okay. And again here, what is local and cloud? Any idea?
Self-hosted.
Yeah.
Laptop and cloud.
What is the meaning of local and cloud? Okay.
Yes. Data will not be shared out.
Exactly. Here, exactly. So local means the data will be in secure manner, that you can host it in any server, your own server, or in your high-spec laptop. Cloud means you have to. We have a secured cloud also, but a cloud means we can't assure the data. Maybe they can use for the training purpose. But cloud means whatever we are using, OpenAI models, Claude, everything will be in a cloud. If you want your data should be in a secure manner, you should use these model installed in your laptop or a server. That's it. Okay. If you are using cloud, you have to pay. If you are using local. If you are using the model in local, you have to pay for the resources, just GPUs and everything. So cost is heavy only. But if you are an enterprise solution giver, like if you are working in IIT, you are going to give a solution using the local models and the open source. You can tell them invest in the GPU. I can able to do kind of stuff. That's what I done in my work. So we have GPU and I used starting Llama 3.1 and we started from there and now 3.3 I think. So simply I am telling that if you are using local, you can use it with the data security. You need a GPU. Simple, right? Even you can use it in a laptop, but there is a low-end model, but the output accuracy is not that much. You need to because the resource, based on the resource only the output comes. Okay, generation will be based on the output, based on the GPU. So if you are using the cloud, you just purchase the API. Okay. You just integrate it in your solution. Okay. For example, OpenAI give a API, Claude give a API, and everyone, all the closed model giving the APIs to use the GenAI in your solution. Okay. I prefer if you are starting, not in your companies and everything. If you are learning from your own interest, start with Cloud AI, that is OpenAI, Claude, and everything, because that's a $5. 2022. I just investment as a $7 till Jan. That 2 months I learned pretty much everything with that $7. So $7 I used GPT-4o Mini. We have some of the token and everything. Why I didn't touch the token and everything will be much complex to understanding. That's why I didn't cover. But cloud, prefer the cloud. Okay, OpenAI or Claude, you can just purchase and use it in your AI solution. So that's what. Any doubt? Open source and closed, local and cloud. Okay, clear. So coming to the prompt engineering. So who are all know thinking that I am a good prompt engineer? So you are a good prompt engineer. Okay. What do you know that what is what your knowledge about the prompt engineering, how it's working?
So basically, I don't believe in one-line prompts.
Exactly.
I give a very detailed description of the problem, and I give a personality to the
Whatever solution,
Yeah.
context for the context you are giving.
And I define a very specific output what I want.
Okay, pretty much you are covered. But the thing is, whatever you are doing, you are actually giving the context. Mostly you are giving the context. Hey, I have this problem, I want this solution. I want to be in the money and output. These are the structure you use, okay? But what data tell, most of the user only give the direct instruction that இது வேணும் அது வேணும் இப்படி வேணும் அப்படி வேணும். So that's it. Because that much urgent we are to solve the problem, not to understand how it will help us when we give a correct prompt. The stats tell that if you use the any template, we have so much template, if you use the template, you will get an accuracy of more than 80% in 1 or 2, 3 iteration. If you use the direct instruction, the accuracy is less than 50. That generating without context. Okay, you are not telling the context. You are not telling what is the way of it should give the output. What is the role? In AI brain, there is a vast knowledge. You have to tell first, give the role, and then what context, what is the task, and then you have to get the solution. Okay, use this formula hereafter. R for role, that is you are assigning that A for a role. Say example that A have knowledge of sales, automation, and marketing. That A have knowledge, but your solution it should act as your assistant. So you are giving the role that think like a or act like a. அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க சொன்னீங்கன்னா you can get that A perform like that persona. Okay, you can take that role or persona. You are defining the person first. Okay, then what is the task? Okay, what you want from that AI assistant. You can keep it as a custom GPT also. Even AI assistant or AI agent, this is a formula you use. You will get a better output. The task what you want, be as assistant, solve this problem like this. You can give a task whatever you want. You defined in the task. Okay, and then C is for context. Without context, AI doesn't know what is without context. The output will be very poor. Okay, why? Because without context, even if you tell the problem without context, how I can tell. Normal human talking. If you are talking with any problem solver, if you are telling the problem without context, how they can tell. So context is the important thing in this formula. That's why it's in the center. This context will help you get a better output. Okay? Out of this file, the context is the important one. You have to tell elaborately or markdown method like 1 by 1 bullet points, anything you can do. But context is very important. Okay. Another any example for F? Any example? Any format? Guess. Sorry?
Feeling.
No feelings. A doesn't have any feelings.
But we can express our feelings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I tell in a context. You can F for any guess. Sorry? I didn't get. No. Any guess?
Fast.
No.
Format.
No. Format. No.
Function.
No. There is called few shots and zero shots. Anyone know?
Examples.
Exactly. You have to give the example that A should understand the how should if for example 2 plus 2 equal to 4. I want this much example kind of what are the problem you are going to solve. With the context, with the example, they know better understanding. The whole idea of preparing this formula is to make a AI to better understanding. That F for few shots, nothing but few examples. We are giving the examples. Again here one stats, that is without, that means 0 shots, few shots. 0 shots is no example, few shots is an example. If you are giving this formula, you can try it out in ChatGPT or anything. Without example, it will give a 70% accuracy, 65 to 70% accuracy. With a few shots, it will give more than 80 to 85%. How we can analyze that output? You can do the prompt eval. Okay, there will be a tool called prompt evaluation. The output, how it generated, you can evaluate easily. So based on that only we prefer, not we in general manner, all the prompt engineering book will cover this area. So few shots is again important one. You guys are missing out in the prompt engineering. Final one is a report or result, everything. So how you want a report or a result, how AI should answer, what format it should be. Okay. Hereafter, if any one of your friend is using any AI tool, just pass on this. Okay. If this is the first step to use the AI. If you are guys using the AI in a direct instruction, forget about things. Just give a role, task, context, few shots and the report. Simple one, okay? So apart from that, that is one of the stable method. This advanced prompting for preparing AI agent and agentic AI, it will be helpful. Okay? COT, anyone know the COT?
Chain of thought. Giving an example and explaining your problems. So, and also giving similar situations which are already happened or occurred.
Okay, one keyword we can use in chain of thought. What is the keyword?
Keyword means in the context of for reference.
We can, that's come under the few shots only. But if the chain of thought is happening, the AI understand it's a chain of thought prompting. How AI knows? There is one keyword, that is think step by step. Exactly. If you ask, maybe you can use now. Okay. What is 2 plus 2? You use any AI. Open your mobile and use what is 2 plus 2. That's a direct instruction. Again, same question you ask, think step by step what is 2 plus 2. You can feel the difference, that how it actually solving the problem. This is a base for the agent. Okay, agent should solve the problem step by step only. So COT is nothing but chain of thought. Keyword is think step by step. You can use the prompt. I mean, starting or ending, you can tell that think step by step. Enough. That will be considered as a chain of thought. You can use in AI agent or any AI tool. Okay. Then tree of thoughts is a advanced. Advance of COT. So tree of thought is nothing but if you want to solve one problem, the AI should think in a different manner, different vertical. Say example, it should think in 3 vertical. You can tell it in a prompt. Think in multiple vertical and give a best solution. That is a tree of thought. You are giving the problem and ask AI to think different verticals and give a best solution. That means AI will think about in a process, reasoning model. It will be COT, TOT. These all were used in a reasoning model. You know the reasoning model and generative model. Anyone have any doubt? Reasoning model or generative model? So reasoning model and generative model is generative model simply generate the output. Reasoning model we have O1, O2, O3 and in a graph Gemini 2.5. These are the reasoning model. I will tell you in one line that generative model directly send the output. It didn't check the correctness of the output. But reasoning model, it correct itself and send the output in accuracy to better accuracy. Okay. Generative and the reasoning is the types of models. Okay. Normal generative model generate the output. For example, if you are using ChatGPT, it's a normal generative model. If you are using ChatGPT plus, you can see O1, O2. There will be a reasoning model. That will have, if you give a prompt, it will tell that reasoning. There will be animation going on. Reasoning. That means it will think and do this COT or TOT based on your input. It's a default one for the reasoning model. If you are giving any question, it will think in multiple vertical and give the proper answer in the final. Okay. the React is nothing but reason and action. The same is, these are all come under the AI agents. Okay, if you want to prepare a AI agent, you have to use these prompt methods to get a better result of AI agent operation in the task. Okay, so the React is nothing but reasoning and action. The chaining is nothing but whatever you are giving in the direct instruction iteration method, you just keep on adding in the prompt. Say example, from if you are developing the AI agent, you are giving the prompt. First time the answer is the 80% accuracy. You have to add it a few more, whatever you missing in the output, you have to add it in the prompt. So keep on adding is a chain that is coming under the iteration chain. Okay, these are the prompt. Any doubt regarding the prompt? Because the prompt is a basic one, anyone can learn. Why? Because before, if you want to use a laptop or any tech, you need a programming language or computer known language. Because if you want to talk to the computer or server, we need to learn our Python, C, C++, Java to convey my problem to computer. Now, after AI come, AI understand our language. We want to know about how to convey our information to AI to better perform. That's where prompt engineering comes. That's why AI is booming actually. The NLP, whatever we are naturally speaking, AI is understanding and giving the solution. Okay? Any doubt here? Okay. So, anyone know the RAG concept? Why I bring this very first? It's mandatory if you are away from the tech and you don't want to fine tune a model, you don't want to generate a model with the data. At least you know the RAG to serve in the GenAI market. Okay? You guys know the RAG? Anyone know? What is the RAG?
Retrieval augmented.
Yeah, that's what I have.
So basically using innate and
Not innate, general. Don't go with any tool.
like training on knowledge base data.
Hmm.
So we upload knowledge base and then based on the knowledge base it chunks small data and store it in a vector.
It's a process of RAG, but what is RAG means? AI, does it know what is? I mean, the internal data of science lab, right? Science lab. InnovateX and science lab, they don't know. I mean, they don't know means we are not giving that data to any AI. But I want a assistant, AI assistant, to perform the to my computer. For example, my internal data should not go outside. It should be in the internal manner and it should be helpful for all the employees here. For that, AI is here. We are giving external knowledge only. If you are giving the prompt without RAG, it will directly hit to the LLM and you will get an answer. Okay? This is clear, right? If you are giving the information or if you are asking any information to the AI, it will go to the AI and it give you the output. Clear? Okay? Once if you are introduced the RAG, if your question will be go to the RAG first. Okay? For example, how many employees are in the site lab? Okay? So if I ask that, normally if you ask in the chat, it will say no. We are retrieving the information from the external knowledge. So we are asking that how many employees here. That will go to the RAG and retrieve the information that 15 members are working in the company and it will retrieve. Then it will go to the LLM and it will give the output. So if you want to train a model with your data, you need a fine-tune method or training a model. But in an easy way, with this RAG method, you can add a knowledge to the LLM. Okay? It's an easy method. Anyone can do it. It's a 4-step process. You can write down. One is document loader. That is, you have to prepare the document, whatever you are going to give the knowledge to AI. Okay? Anything. You can easily apply with any open source model with your company. After this session, please apply this RAG to your company. You will be surely you will get appreciated. Since so much of things are not you are learning but not applying. So I wanted personally to apply in your work, and you see the magic how the people see that RAG assist. Okay, there is so many methods to correct you, but RAG is the one thing you have to learn in Gen 8. Okay, so first one document loader. You have to collect the data and load it in any format, text, PDF, JSON, anything. Okay, you have to load it. Then it's a text split. AI just if you are giving all the dump to the AI, doesn't know what is the context and everything. So we are splitting everything into convert into a embedding one. So if you are don't know anything, you just in the zone, you just get this knowledge, you will use it. Maybe I can show the demo also if wanted. That will have knowledge, and you can see on YouTube channel 3 blue 1 brown. Okay, 3 blue 1 brown. You know the complete knowledge of how LLM is working. 3 blue 1 brown. 3 blue 1 brown. There will be animation of how LLM is working, how input is going to the how self-attention mechanism is working, how output is generating, how it's predicting the correct value, how it's predicting the next word. Everything you will get to know once the video, mostly by 2 hours. It will be 4 to 5 parts. Spend one weekend. You will get to know how which LLM is working. Okay. So embedding is nothing but test splitting is splitting the text in the document. Simple. Okay. Next one is the embedding. After splitting that, we are giving the mathematical value. You know this level, because if you go over technical, you will get confused. That's why I stop here. Like embedding is the mathematical value to the word based on the context. Actually, it's different in DL and CNN. There is different topic in embedding, but you just know that whatever splitting, it gives the mathematical value. Okay. And the vector store, you guys know the vector store, how AI is storing the data. How AI, any idea of what is vector store? Sorry?
Input text on the tokenization
What is vector? Vector store means already as a store in the
DB.
Sorry,
DB.
DB, okay. Exactly. So 3D space, vector is a 3D space. Based on the context, we will store the data in color, in the location, in the space, in the direction, everything. There will be a 7 component. I don't go much deeper, but you know, for example, if you are using any cloud, there will be a DB, Postgres or anything you use, right? Any SQL DB, everything, to store a data. Here we use a vector store to store a data. Again, it will encode the data, what context user is asking and what is the output it should be generated. So basically it stores all the data. If you ask a question, it will predict the answer in that space only. It's a kind of box having all the answers. Okay. So vector store is nothing but AI spaces. AI is storing the data in the vector stores only. Its format is PKL, pickle format. Okay. And then retrieval is after that the data is stored in the 3D space. We can just retrieve the data. For example, how many employees we have in the company. If you ask, it will retrieve the data based on this 4 steps, and after retrieval, it goes to the AI and it will give the answer. So this is a process of RAG. You guys are clear, right? That's the 4 step. One is document loader, second text splitting, third one embedding, fourth one is the vector store. Again, you can have a retrieval system in any of the AI solution. If you are using coding, no code, everything, you can have the retrieval system in your AI solution. Okay. So advanced RAG we have. advanced RAG we have one is corrective, fusion, speculative RAG. For example, if you are giving the knowledge, if you are asking the question out of that knowledge means AI should answer. Okay, so that we have a corrective, fusion, speculative, agentic RAG. This all come under the upgradation or making more accuracy in the output. These are the methods. There is a 10 to 15 method. Daily update or mari RAG daily update varo. Actually self RAG, MCP RAG, agentic RAG, no one varo. But if you know the RAG, you can easily adapt it. For example means corrective RAG. Corrective RAG do the, if you are asking away from the document means it will do the research, or if the output is not correct, it will do the normal LLM output. That is a fallback mechanism. So it will have the if condition only. In the corrective RAG, have only if condition that this output is correct or not. If it is correct, give the answer. If it is not correct, it will go to the research or normal LLM fallback. That's how all the RAG will be. There is a few tuning or few tweak to get the answer in a right manner. Okay, it's clear, right? Any doubt in a RAG? The RAG is the thing you can apply in your work tomorrow itself. Use a AI model, use a RAG, and implement the AI assistant or AI coding assistant to your system. Clear, right? Next. Demo. Okay, I will give a demo. So whatever we saw in the things, forget about the tool. I will just give how it actually doing in the backend. Toys is a tool that you can give a generative solutions and automation AI and agentic AI you can give. But the thing you want to know how RAG will be doing. So I will have to document load. Okay. So first step, what is that? Document loader. Okay. So these are the document we have option. You can use it in a code itself. It's no code to you guys to connect all these four scenarios. One is the document loader. You can add any of the document. Okay. So I will give a. You can also have a Notion folder, Notion page, JSON, everything. GitHub also you can give. So PDF file. Anything I can add. Let's see what is the document I have. Anything document related. Okay. It's another real model. We can open that and check what are the data we have. Meanwhile, so PDF is loaded, and then we can have a usage. What is the usage? One document per file, or this we can handle it a code also. Here, second step. What is the second step? Okay. In the test split, we have all the methods. Use the recursive character test split. It's one mechanism to split the text in a right manner. Okay. Recursive character text split is a character-wise split. To know the context, you use this algorithm. If you are using different one, HTML to markup, the input should be in a HTML markup method. So there is so much of algorithm. You use recursive character test split. Okay. So chunk size is nothing but 1000 is a 1 KB. What is the file size? If you have a 180 KB of file size, chunk size will be the 1 KB size. That's it. So chunk overlap is nothing but, for example, I have a file of 10 KB. I am splitting the file into one byte. That means 1000 byte. So 1 KB. AI should know first chunk, second chunk, third chunk, the context of full chunk value. So we need to give 200 bytes of first chunk, 200 bytes of second chunk. Should know. ரொம்ப குழப்பற மாதிரி இருக்கும். திருப்பி சொல்றேன். சங்க்லாம் பிரிப்பீங்க. அந்த சங்க்ல முன்னாடி இருக்க சங்க்கும் பின்னாடி இருக்க சங்க்கும் ஒரு இன்டர் கனெக்டா இருக்கணும்ன்றதுக்காக we are giving this value overlap. So that first என்ன நடந்தது ரெண்டாவது என்ன நடந்தது they can understand. சீக்வென்ஸா இருக்கும் பட் அது வெக்டர்ல ஸ்டோர் ஆகிறதையும் அந்த கான்டெக்ஸ்ட்ல ஸ்டோர் ஆகும். ஓகேவா? So next you can see that preview chunk. Review process. So here there will be so much of document, right? We'll ask any question here with this document. When A knows, so if
The
I
images also get transfers.
two losses, okay?
Like if I upload images also in the PDF.
Yeah. If we need to add a OCR kind of stuff to extract the image text, then this comparison, because file size is too large, there is so much of limitation. If you are using no code tool, there is no chunk. Yeah, now it's chunk. Okay, see, it's chunked with 1000 we gave, but it will try to, the limit threshold is 1000. It will be less than 1000 or it should be less than 1000 only. So these are the chunks we got from that file. Okay, that maybe I will open that file. And that, so we'll have to do the process. Okay, it should show the chunk only. Okay, we'll directly go to upset. Upset is nothing but whatever you converted into, we covered two steps. One is we loaded, we splitted the chunks. Okay, then we have to convert into embeddings and then store it in a vector store. This is the overall rack step. Okay, so we have already I told there is a open source embedding model and the cloud specific embeddings. I use OpenAI. This is just a API, just I connected. Even in the code also, it's a single line only. You leave as it is. Just it's convert all the chunks into the embeddings and the vector store. These are the 3D vector stores in the AI domain. We can use that any of the vector store. I use files, which is locally we can store it. Okay, so the top K means number of curves. Exactly. So if we upset, it will convert and store it as a 3 added because we got a 3 chunks. So we can test it now. What is the document? Okay, we'll ask about something here. Tell about task complexity of AI agent. AI agents. That means nothing but I'm task complexity for the AI agent. It should analyze this document and it should give, right? See, it will be the retrieved document. So how it retrieved means these input stuff will be converted into token and then it will retrieve the document whatever we have done. These retrieval context will go to the AI now, then it will give the answer. So this is a process of RAG. Okay, if you see that there will be a task specific system with preferred, these are the output it retrieved. Okay, if you give our question and then this context, AI will know how to answer the user. Okay, clear? Any doubt? Here you are giving the knowledge and retrieving based on our, what is the question again? What is the task complexity of the AA agent? It retrieves the information from the document. These all data come from the documentation. Our question and our prompt and the retrieval should go to the AA and AA will answer for our question with this knowledge. Clear, right? This is a RAG. RAG process is converting everything into a vector store and we can retrieve the answer. So I can quickly, we have a slide. I can continue. Yeah. Okay. Now this we have a 3 space in Gen A. We have a 3 space using this Gen A. We can give a Gen A solution. Okay, what are the problems we have? For example, how I applied the Gen A solution in a CA/CD. The guy mentioned like we have to run a script in a pipeline that continuously to improve the quality of the product. We run 5,000 cases in the Cisco for every week. Okay, in that we see the failures of 500 to 600 with a team size of 8 people. 8 people should go and see the 500 failure is a huge task because the log size file will be the 100 lines, 200 lines. Sometimes it will be 1200 lines. It's very difficult. So analyzing the failures is pretty much difficult. So we maybe as a team we introduce that implementing AA will be the best solution to reduce the time and we can focus things in the other areas. Okay, how we introduce, how human is doing. They are collecting the logs and seeing what are the failures and analyzing, tagging the failures. These 3 simple steps. Okay, so we actually convert all the logs into a text and then give it into a AA just to predict the first level, and we implemented RAG and prompt tuning. The accuracy will be we got 87%, and whatever we done in a 1 week time frame, it's now done in 3 to 4 hours. That's how the AA power. So we are repeatedly doing one thing. We are implementing AA, and we reduce the time, and we improve the accuracy and the productivity. Okay, this is the thing. So what is AA automation? You know the automation reduce the time and productivity cost, everything, blah blah. But AA automation is something everyone should use that. Not only the manual engineer should adapt the automation and AA automation. It's not kind of thing in the AA era. Everyone, what are the things you are doing repeatedly? You can take this slide as a reference. You know what are the things I am doing regularly in a repetitive manner. For example, if you are sending the good morning, good night message to your girlfriend, that is a repetitive task. We can automate that with AA. Because you only know what is the repetitive task. Okay, I don't know what is your repetitive task. So you have to implement. You first automate, implement the AA, and make that system robust. That means bulletproof system. It should work in any area and any condition. That's a simple thing. First of all, you identify the repeated things and then automate and implement the AA. So automating the things in new era is pretty much easy because we have a AA tools. You can directly ask what is the procedure and steps. We directly give the steps. You just implement, and in the AA you can use any of the open or cloud, any of the AA you can use, LLM you can use, and try to solve a simple problems. I can give the one demo. It's a simple problem only, but the value is high. So you don't know the value of the automation in place of AA. AA in the automation do the 3 things. One is prediction, one is analyzing, and give the suggestion. Okay, predicting means it's predict, but there is no analyze and the suggestion. These 3 things we can implement in the automation workflow. For example, if you are doing some repetitive task, for example, you have to open a Gmail and what are the Gmail I got in the morning, list of mail I got morning, and I need just a summary. It's a few workflow I want to automate. Here, without a, you have to think what are the steps. There is a 5-step rule. You just write down. This 5 steps, you have to, what is the problem? Step 1 should be, what is the goal of the task. For example, here my goal is to get the Gmail summary. Okay, that is my step 1. Step 2, what are the steps to taken for achieve that goal? So think I need my Gmail ID. Okay, got it, right? Third step will be, what is the trigger? When should it start? When should these Gmail summary will come to me? Everything, trigger and the response. You can have step 3 will be trigger and the response. Okay. Fourth step only, you are going to build the system. First, you know the goal in clear manner. 2, there will be steps. What are the steps you are going to cover? Third step will be trigger and the response. Okay. Fourth step will be, you are going to really working in this fourth step only. So whatever step we have covered in the 3, you have to implement one by one. Okay. I open the Gmail. First step, I need to get all the subjects from yesterday to today. What are the Gmail I received? Collect that Gmail and then convert into the summary and then send it to me. This is the fourth step. So you have to implement the step by step. Everything you can use a Python, everything. Here itself there is no AI, right? There is no AI till now. Where AI comes, you are just taking all the Gmails. How it summarize? Without AI we can't summarize. Human can summarize and send your output, but AI should be implemented here. Get all the Gmails, give it to the AI. AI will give us summary and then send it to whatever the boss or whatever who has assigned this task, you can send it. So you're clear, right? This is a 5 step in the automation. You have to first define the goal. Second step, you have to, what are the steps? For example, Gmail automation, you think if you are having any problem in the next time, you write down this 5 step in a notepad or note pen. Everything you can write it down first, then you get a better clarity, then implement in the 4th step, introduce the AI in the 5th step and send it the report. So you can apply this problem solving solution to any of the solutions. Okay, any of the problems you are going to give a solution, you try this 5-step method. First identify the problems and you understand the problems, and other 5 steps you will be getting into the better solution. So for AI automation I can give a quick demo. So you guys know the NI10, okay? NI10 is I started NI10 in any of the workflow I can tell. I think job I done. Okay. Huh?
You show the voice call.
Yeah, that's different one. We have to.
Yeah.
I will tell. So I started, it's an open source. Why N8N I will tell, then I will show the demo. So N8N is an open source. Why we use this automation tool means, again, I am a great fan of open source tool because we can implement anything on top of any tool if we are using open source. We have so much of AI automation tools in the market, Zapier, Make, and Test Fall. There is so many tools, closed one. Why I choose N8N? We have a leverage to implement everything in one place and deploy it. Okay, so N8N is an open source. I started, I think, 10,000. Now there is so much of stars and downloads are went into higher because that much potential came into N8. Everyone, that's why I tell them that AI automation is not for the QA engineers. It should be in your real life. You have to implement it in your real task. Okay. So here actually what it happens, this node actually deprecated. It's a community node. I will explain. If I give the test workflow, I just give the YouTube link. Okay. I want that summary into my Google document. Okay. For example, I am getting any of the YouTube video of 2 hours, 3 hours. I wanted to be in a readable format with a summary. This is automation. Okay. I don't have time to see the videos and get the information from the YouTube, but I able to if I get a 10 points or 15 points, I able to connect with me in a simple manner and productivity comes here only. Okay. If you are spending 2 hours and getting the information, you can also get with this 15 bullet point, because that much we can reduce. Summary is nothing but you are summarize everything in a 15 points. So this one saving 2 hours. I have done multiple claims to save the hours in operations, sales and marketing side to get the data and saving the data and storing the data. This is enough with the AI. So this one is a simple. Why I tell the AI automation is everyone to use. This is the stuff. Which company should use this? Anyone should not use this one. But I can use this. If any of the 2 hours video, 3 hours videos, I can put the link and get the summary and then I can read it. So it's a simple automation only. I use it. Why should I use everything in a corporate level in the technical manner? Use and have a fun with AI automation. That's what I wanted to show that there is a lot of automation. Who knows me before this event? Okay. I usually start with N8 only. I started my content creation journey with N8. So I post only 50 to 60 N8 video. Just check. Maybe you can start applying it. Maybe you can connect with your even technical skill as well as your daily task. Okay, you just follow that N8. Okay, I think it's last topic I will cover. After GenAI ChatGPT, this AI agent is another buzzword. You guys agree, right? Everywhere there will be AI agents. Agent will replace us. Agents are start working for tech employees. Agents able to code. Agents are going to replace the mid-size employees. These are the words come from the experts. Okay, all the big giants, Silicon Valleys, they are telling that agents will replace the human level coders. So this thing we are getting. So this architecture, actually I am also super confused on. So super confused on how AI agents work, and simply I use N8, but AI agents, without knowing this architecture, I use AI agent. But after knowing this architecture, I completely understand how AI agent is superior to human. I mean, not superior in a manner, superior to us if we are not using our brain. Okay, because there is a three. You forget this one. You just see this one. There is a 3 steps. One is assumption. Okay. Nothing but if you are asking or if you are giving the first of all going to this, you guys know what is AI agent, right? Anyone not having any doubt? What is AI agent, AI automation, agentic AI? You guys know, right? Anyone tell? Yes. Because before going that, everyone should be clear on that point.
Agent is something that some person, you are giving a task, and it does that task and gives that.
So AI automation and other GenAI will be just one solution, one in the system. It will be integrated, but AI agent is capable to do one task. For example, send an email. Other ChatGPT, you can ask the context of the Gmail, whatever I want to send. But if AI agent, I want to tell that send a Gmail to this person. If I tell, it will send. AI agents do whatever I tell. So AI agent will do some task with brain and knowledge. Okay, that is a AI agent. So it's very powerful if you are using it in again real life. AI automation is AI agent is the extension of AI automation. If you are mastered in AI automation, AI agent is a simple thing. You just have this architect and AI automation. You can implement the AI agent in any of your work. Why I tell with the no code? No code you can connect the same thing you can do with the coding also. Okay. Even with the coding, you can achieve in 10 lines of code itself. That much advanced we are going forward. Okay, now perception is nothing but if I send a Gmail. Okay, why I am again telling Gmail? It's connectable. Okay, so send a email. The perception is it understand what what is the context first. Okay, perception is know the input concept. So first it asks or think about the information what I want to do. Okay, that is the perception. The input and input format, and again it's for the storage it will convert into embedding. Okay, then it will goes to the brain. Brain have two methods. One is reasoning and planning. The brain where AI will be here. LLM is the AI. Okay, Gen AI. So brain have two type. One is reasoning, planning. Reasoning is nothing but if you want to send an email, you want to open the email and go to the send email, and you have to fetch the from and to subject, context, body of the message, everything, right? This everything will be categorized into a subtask, and planning will be done in a sequential manner because it will be identify what task should be done, and planning will be sequential manner. First Gmail open பண்ணனும், ரெண்டாவது வந்து இது பண்ணனும் அப்படினு சொல்லி ஒரு பெட்டர் பிளானிங் இருக்கு. ஓகே, கடைசியா தான் இப்போ அந்த கடைசியா அந்த ஆக்ஷன் இல்ல நாங்க பண்ணவே பண்ணாது. சோ அதுதான் தேர்ட். We have a third, one is the action, which tool I should use. If I ask about Gmail, it goes to Gmail, or anything Outlook, it goes to Outlook. If I want to save the data into Google spreadsheet, it will goes to the Google spreadsheet. So that's how this whole architecture works. So these three things simple. AI agent is nothing but interacting that AI agent. Nothing but user is interacting with this AI brain. Second is a memory that hold your past conversation with the AI agent to act in a better way. If you are asking the same question, repetitive task for 1 month, it knows that you are so that much superior, because if you add that memory, it knows that what to do in the next. Okay. The final one is the environment where you are deploying. Again, cloud, local, everything. It will be depends upon this one. So this is any doubt? Please. Any expression? Puridha? You understand what I mean? Okay. Okay. Again, so here I showed just automation. If AI agent, how it will be like this appointment booking agent. So it's a simple thing that AI agent have the perception. If I chat and tell that, maybe I can, let's see, it's have active method. We'll give a demo. Let's see how. So it will goes to the brain. Here OpenAI chat is a brain. You have a 3 layer. One is the perception, another one is a brain, Third one is the action. Here, brain is a OpenAI. Perception will be handled by this tool agent. It's an inbuilt NA tool. You forget about that. Perception will be handled in the tool agent, and the brain is the OpenAI chat model. And the simple memory is the memory. What I told, right? The memory will be stored. Whatever you are performing, it will be stored there. So it will goes to the memory first. இவன் இதுக்கு முன்னாடி இதே மாதிரி கேள்வி கேட்டிருக்காங்கன்னு சொல்லி பார்க்கும். We don't have a conversation. That's why it went to the brain. அந்த brain போயிட்டு இப்போ you are a Google Calendar அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு system prompt we have. ஸோ அதுக்கான அவுட்புட் என்னன்னா hello I can help you manage your Google Calendar அந்த மாதிரி சொல்லுது. ஓகேவா? இது then it will store in a simple memory. ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் இப்போ நம்ம கேட்குறப்போ it will அதே ஆன்சரை அது அங்கேருந்தே எடுத்து கொடுத்தோம். ஓகேவா? then now into the tools action. நம்ம மூணாவது பார்த்தோம். first perception, இப்போ brain முடிஞ்சிச்சு. We have to set a meeting tomorrow 7 p.m. நான் அப்படி சொல்கிறேன். It will goes to the tool action. To set a meeting tomorrow, could you please provide the இதுதான் இப்போ A agent will wants the start and end date, எப்போ நடக்கணும் எப்போ முடியணும் அது எல்லாமே கேட்குது. In date of the event. So let's confirm the details. Tomorrow 15th June and then 7 to 8 1 hour meeting with the 8 to 12. If you don't have any one, would you confirm? Yes. Why it should be reconnected? Give me a minute. So the calendar is set up and the meeting is, you can see here. There will be June 15th, 7 to 8, 7 to 8. So you can relate with that, right? You have a servers. What that means, AI knows if any of the tools information, it will goes to the tools and get the context, goes to the tools and get the context. It will be, sometimes it went to the hallucination mode or the accuracy of the answer is too difficult and it's completely wrong mode. After MCP, the MCP server take care of all the tools information. For example, MCP server, you connected with that tool, GitHub, Drive, Slack, that MCP server have all the details in that server. Now, MCP server directly interconnect with the LLM, that is our AI. If you ask anything related to the GitHub before MCP, it will go to the MCP and it will ask authorization and everything. It will miss out all the information. Accuracy is missed out. Now, MCP server have all the information of GitHub in the server. If you ask to create a directory in a GitHub, LLM have the privilege to do on behalf of you. Before we don't have that privilege because MCP give the context to yourself, to your account. for particular GitHub account, for example, if you have a particular GitHub account, if you connect it with the MCP server, you can handle with your normal chat. You create a GitHub account, see what are the code base I have, what are the diff, last commitment, kind of stuff you can have. You can apply for all the automation tools also. You can add a playwright, you mentioned right. MCP playwright is a easy one to do it. If you add MCP playwright, you just test the browser, go to the browser and test me any of the dream level. If you give, it will test in a better way. Because it will have a power to get the information from the LLM as well as the dream level information. It have both the information and it have the framework of playwright. It act as a tester. So MCP have a power to act as an agent in an autonomous manner for your particular information. So that's why MCP is it started 2 months back. Now it went into a peak mode, like everyone have their custom MCP to implement all the MCP server in their system. Okay. So for the MCP server, you need any of the browser. I just have the MCP servers here. I just give this demo. This is a cursor browser. If you guys want, you just install. It's completely free. If you install and close and okay, these are the MCP server I use regularly. One is Firecrawl, GitHub. So in these are the tools action enabled. If you Firecrawl is nothing but a web scraping, going to the web and scrap everything and giving the context to the LLM. So we have this much Firecrawl map a scrap pannalam. Crawl means just a text. Checking the status, search. This GitHub, you can create or update file, search repository, everything. You have here it's a kite. How to use, I can show the demo. If you added here, in the if you want to select the agent and please create a file in GitHub. If I give, it will ask the tool confirmation, it goes on. Okay? Tool is not connected. So it will ask what are the holdings I have in MCP. I don't want to show that. It's actually my zero data. Okay. So MCP is nothing but agent for your personalized manner. So that's all. So you can use any of the agents. Maybe I can share that JSON file after this meeting. So you can get that JSON file. It's a simple one. You can just give this. You have a if you install a cursor, you don't have anything here. Only add new global MCP server. If you click this, JSON file will be automatically add. You have to give these 4 commands only. It's a npm and then tool name and the API keys. What are the API key for that tool? So this is a MCP. So I think I completed. So that's it. So I'm actually training more than 3-4 months to 100 to 200 people. So I want to show the results, how they transform the things. This community, this is a community I have. I train the people there, and they transform themselves from non-tech background to tech background, and it's I never released anywhere that I am having community, because the people ask every time, tell me how to learn AI. This actually I started with giving back to the community. Okay, so this one is you can read out. It's open source only now. So this one is I personally connected. He's one guy who always do something really few things in AI, but where to start? So he started contributing in open source. He only knows Vue, that is AngularJS, and he developed one open source tool for AI in Vue, and that record breaking 1000 downloads in 24 hours. Now the download is 4000, 5000. It's same like NIT only, but the AngularJS community, they don't know how to use AI, but he developed a tool to easily plug in and use it. Okay? There is so much of testimonial. They have a career break and they started everything. Marketing is there is no AI prior knowledge. That's how we structured everything. How to learn AI from basic to advanced. So if you are free, you join the community and check out. I actually love to do this for the community. That's it from my side.
How do you choose the tools? எந்த டூல் எப்போன்னு எப்படி அது எங்கே போய் தெரிஞ்சு?
Yeah, I got it. So initially I started exploring. There is no proper guidance for me also. So I use only ChatGPT and other tools only. But for which solution, which tool use? That's the question, right? For which problem I should use which tool? So the only don't jump over all the new tools. There is I personally believe in the open source. If you are doing AI automation and AI agents, go with NIT. If you are giving GenAI solutions, you go with the Flowbase. These two no code is enough. For coding background, I want to contribute. LangChain is the framework I use. LangChain. For the AI agent, there is so much of framework. I use AutoGen from Microsoft. Even you can use the LangGraph for the AI agent, but I use AutoGen for the AI agent development. The final one, ADK. That's a pretty simple one. SDK is a software development kit. ADK is the agent development kit. Again, it's an open source. You can just download and you can give a prompt. It will act as an agent. There is no code, anything you don't want. No, it's a Google thing. Google SDK, ADK. So you just download the ADK and you give a prompt, act like a salesperson for me. Like that if you give, it will act. So coding wise, simple. If you are giving a GenAI solution, LangChain. If you are automation AI agent, use Microsoft AutoGen. If you are developing agentic AI, you choose the ADK, Google ADK. No code tool wise, NIT flow wise. Other GenAI tools, you explore it. That's not a matter. ChatGPT, these are the tools which available in the internet. You use it, but development front, these 5 tools is enough. Don't hover on new tools. That will confuse yourself. Any other?
What do you think about prompt injection and how do you define it?
Prompt injection. Yeah, prompt injection is a new one that already if you are doing in the prompt engineering. For example, if you are asking anything in the LLM, okay. See, if after 1 week or 2 weeks, if you have any updated, not to give it in a LLM, you can handle in a prompt itself. You can just add it in a user friendly. That you have a tunnel, you have to create a tunnel that prompt have one file. You have to create a tunnel. You have to add this to this prompt. Add these changes to this prompt. Like that, you keep on inject. The main aim for prompt injection is to improve the quality. Normal prompt engineering, you want 3 to 4 iteration to make a better accuracy. If you are giving to the AI agent, same thing. You want 4 to 5 iteration, maybe 50 to 60 iteration needs. So you have to create a pipeline for the prompt injection. You have to keep on inject. What are the changes you have? What are the things needs to be done? Everything you need to be added. That's a prompt injection. Yeah.
Every depends are saying that AI will be replacing the human thing, and a big company known as Infosys replace AI in the HR unit. But AI is just time consume. It consumes less time than human, and it's not superior than human.
Exactly.
So like, it will never from my side, it will never replace humans in a certain places. But still, it's a question for every person that whether it will be changing the role of humans or not.
I strongly believe in the same what you think. It's not completely replaced. No, it completes the job position only, not completely replacing the human. Why? Because the logical thinking and the problem solving still human is superior than AI. If you are able to think and solve the problems, innovate the things, you are superior in AI. You are using the AI and solving. You asked about the first question that it's replacing means the AI is now capable to replace this low hanging jobs. That it's a
AI
repetitive.
knows only what we know.
Yeah, exactly.
But the new things it doesn't know, but
New things we can able to train, right?
Yeah.
Big change can train, and that's why they in future how it will be like in company if you have a 15 members, 5 members will be human, 5 members will be AI agent. You have to train or make use of the AI agent for the better ecosystem. We can't tell completely AI agent replace, completely human will superior to the AI agent. Not. You have to collaborate. Think about from the company perspective, MNC perspective. AI can do in a better way. Even there is a news, they reverted the MNC replaced the human with the AI agent, and it reverted because of the accuracy and the quality. It went into down. They replaced. It's now there is an area like the people are adapting and testing, researching how we can implement the AI in our regular life. That's it. It's not about fearing that AI will completely replace. Looking forward, we have so much opportunity. If HR get fired, he thinks about how we can implement the AI in a different way, and he needs to learn AI. That's it. That's the only part we have now. It's again revolution, right? We can't control that, but we need to adapt the AI. That's it. Did I answer?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. So basically, I have a doubt in terms of, say, from a product designer perspective, I'm creating Figma scheme. So once I've created the Figma scheme, I send it to a dev team to create the image. So I've tried tools like Lovable, Bolt, but Figma screens to web page, the conversion is not that great. So is there any other tools that would
Use Google Beta Stitch.
Stitch I've tried.
Yeah.
Stitch what is happening is I'm able to get the correct icons, buttons in a format.
Okay.
But
But-
the animations and all, I think that is.
Okay, if you are asking about complete solution from the age, always it's not happen. You have to, if you are doing that before AI, how long it takes for generate that Figma?
Correct.
How long?
It took 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Now 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You reduce that time.
Wireframes is faster now.
That's it. That's why we are implementing AI. Only for productivity. Accuracy part, it takes another 5 to 6 years. But you have to adapt the AI. You already told all the tools name, whichever in the market. You use these tools, and Stitch is a better one for the Figma. Currently, it's in a beta state. Why it's a beta state? If you are using, they are collecting the data. You will in a better shape in another 1 or 2 months. You can use it. For the better tool, it's open source. Maybe app developer, everyone is here. Firebase Studio and Rock is the two tool you can use it for the mobile application development, which is we can develop both iOS and Android in a prompt with a code base.
What's the name, sir?
Rock, RORK. And then Firebase Studio, that's a Google Android Studio.
And one more thing. So basically, my major problem statement is I need to analyze an image. I work in a design field. So I need to analyze an image and give a summary out of it. So is there any locally available models which does that?
You are able to give this image to ChatGPT. If you have then you use a ChatGPT image one. That's have a better understanding of the image, converting OCR. Plus you simplify it because this problem already solved. So you have.
But locally I can't set.
Locally, if you need to check in the Hugging Face, if you have any model to integrate it with the Mistral OCR, we can use it. Because simple thing, image will be converted into a text with the what are the data they have. It will be converted. based on the OCR only. So it will just pick all the data.
So everything we can try in open source.
Exactly. We can train, but it's need some more effort. Whatever I tell is currently you can directly go and implement. That's the thing.
Any other questions? Yeah, I hope you had enjoyed the session and you learned a lot of stuff from Manoj Kumar. Yeah. So I hope you practice this, like make it a habit to use AI. So on behalf of all Cyclarians, I'd like to thank Manoj. For this great session, obviously, and I hope we all learned something new. And I'd like to call our CEO, to hand over to